I have a question. Do you think that like your hypersexual like has come from, and I don't want to like pry, but like trauma from like maybe getting like molested or raped, like as
Bro,
a
what the fuck?
Not at all. That's a common question that most OnlyFans models get.
Yeah,
It's like you have childhood trauma, and like that's how afraid of pleasure we are. That's how afraid we are of women who know what they want and let themselves have it. We have to couch it in terms of she was probably traumatized as a child. What if she's just a powerful woman who knows what she wants? Like, we don't know what to do with a woman like that, so we have to couch her in terms of something had to have happened to her. But when
No,
you
it was just a question.
No, I'm just saying, this is common in the OnlyFans world, but when you see a man with a strong sexual desire sleeping with a bunch of women, it's like they're looked up to.
Well, a lot of times they
admired.
call it the ego. They say it's his ego that needs it. When
Right.
truly he just wants to have sex.
Yeah, it's like it's not.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah.
so
Well, maybe
simple.
some guys,
that can
because
go
they're the
for
ones that
any-
brag about. Dude, I will never brag about women I sleep with ever. I
Exactly.
think
Like,
that's
that's so
in the
cringe.
Chad and the alpha male category.
Yeah,
It's
that's
cringy.
super cringy.
Yeah, so
I agree.
I think those things are misconstrued sometimes, though, because I think some men just like literally have that kind of drive in them, like physically, like coming out of them. It tortures them. I tell people all the time, if I could stroke a check for $1 million right now and it clear, and that feeling never come to me again, I would write the check.
But
1,000%.
I think that your drive, whether it's your sexual drive or your drive for whatever you're aiming at, right? Wealth or friendship, you're lonely, whatever it is, it's powerful, right? And it can be channeled. And so, to what you were saying earlier, Justin, is like you can channel these things towards the end that you choose. And so I think the big question is, what is the end that we're going to choose that when we're 80 years old or 90 years old on our deathbed, we're like, are we going to be surrounded by that lifelong partner, that spouse that we were faithful to our whole life, and our kids who grew up in that intact home? Or are we going to be alone, or are we going to be, what kind of life are we aiming towards?
A polyamorous woman would not be alone at her funeral. I'm gonna let you know that right now. She's gonna have hella hoes.
But that's what they'd have you
No,
believe.
let's be real. Like,
I'm
believe that?
just making a joke.
You
but
guys, like, let's be real. How long is this merry-go-round gonna last, right?
in my opinion, I think. Oh, go ahead, Kirsten.
As women too, we are also more wired to have an emotional connection
To sex.
I can
Yeah.
still have a high sex drive, but have sex with one person. If you start having sex with so many people, and don't get me wrong, I'm an OnlyFans model too, so I don't give a fuck about that. But like when you're having sex with so many people, that as a woman there is no more emotional connection, that clearly is some kind of issue.
Well, one thing I can say as a man is I know for a fact that a man can love a woman and sleep with other women and not be in love with those other women.
Men and women also are wired,
Yeah,
wired
completely
very
different. And I agree with you. And that's
I
and
cannot
that's
have sex without
that's why it's a
having
problem for
emotional
me.
connection.
That's why it's a problem for me. So if I love a girl, there's no having sex with other guys because if she loves me, she doesn't even see other men.
Yeah.
Other men are invisible. If you're in love with a man, other men are invisible, and that's no disrespect to you. I'm just saying.
And that's
it's been
assuming
my
that all
experience.
women have to have an emotional connection to have sex. That's not true.
And in that same sense, I feel as if like, her and I, we see a little bit eye to eye on certain things, but I see eye to eye with a lot of different people here because I'm able to see different perspectives. But I do want to point out the fact that she was in a marriage for, you said, 12 years. Of course, when she becomes single, she's going to want to experiment and see what's going on outside of that. I'm 21 years old. I wasn't in a marriage, but I was in a very toxic, bad relationship for 5 years. When I got out of that, I wanted to just see what could happen for me.
Maybe it wasn't even
but
that it was
doesn't mean that
toxic.
it's
It was
gonna
just a long
happen
time.
forever. That doesn't mean that it's going to be this way forever. That doesn't mean that I can't meet the right person and put all my intentions into just one person. That doesn't mean I'm incapable of commitment. It just means that I'm 21 years old. I'd rather focus on myself, focus on what is best for me in this moment, and not focus all my attention onto a man or woman or anything
and
else.
Rollo calls that the party years in his book, so it's right in line with where you are age-wise. I would argue, though, that you're not head over heels in love with your partner. Not like obsessed, that kind of love I'm talking about.
Just one sec while this comes in.
Shooting shots, love you, man. You are saving men. Get out there and make money and be better men.
Thomas, thank you for the donation.
Thanks, Thomas.
Did you want to continue your point?
No.
Okay.
I do want to know the answers to the question. How long do you think this merry-go-round is going to last? Like,
As long as the merry-go-round of monogamy lasts. It's
What?
how people are wired. When people who are wired for monogamy are going to be monogamous, people who are wired to be non-monogamous are going to be non-monogamous.
But
I
no,
push back a little bit
the root of my question is like right now it's fun because like there's a lot of people that want to have sex with you and like you're enjoying that companionship and all that kind of stuff. But like, what about when you're in your 50s and 60s and like 70s and all the
bring 'em
people,
all
all the
on.
people that want to bang you now who don't want to commit to you, like they're probably not going to be around.
Please don't commit to me. I'm not open for that.
But like, don't you want that companionship when
I
you're
have
older?
it.
With who?
with my person I'm dating, my partner.
So you think they're going to be around when you're in your 70s and stuff?
Yeah, and if not, that's okay too. I don't put pressure because this is a big thing coming out of monogamous marriage where we vowed to be with each other until death do us part, and then we parted long before death, and it was really traumatizing because I'm like, wait, we said this, but we're doing this. So I've told anyone I date now and my person right now, like, I don't even want you to say that to me. That is actually really alarming to me, that because I don't know what you're going to be 30 years from now. I don't know who I'm going to be 30 years from now. And what if we could become totally different people? I am not going to hold you to a promise you made 30 years back. I'd much rather, instead of saying to me, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with you, I'd rather say, I am so excited to wake up with you tomorrow morning. I want to take it one day at a time, make sure we're on the same page, we're in alignment, we are vibing, things are amazing. But if we start veering in different directions, it is not my job to rein you back in and force you back. Kind of like what Justin is saying, like, you're free to leave. Like, I don't control you, you're your own person. I'm free to leave. And if I desire a long-term companionship, I believe I can have that. If I desire to have many partners over the rest of my life, I believe I can have that. I truly believe we get to have the desires of our heart.
I think the human condition is that things aren't always amazing, right? We have bad days, we get sick, terrible accidents can happen. And so that's where the power of love comes in, a love that doesn't leave, a love that isn't based on feelings or desire, but a love that's based on choice. And I think deep down, we're all wired for that. Even men that like you were saying, Justin, like, I want to be with multiple women and everything. I think deep down we want a love that stays, a love that lasts. And it is possible for everyone, every single person at this table. I guarantee you 1,000% it is possible for you.
Not for asexual people.
Yeah, but I would argue that, like, who are you to tell me that I'm not going to be happy because I don't choose your path?
Yes.
I don't think I said that.
Pretty much, you reframed it in that way. So who are you to say that?
I will
Or
say.
do you think I'm going to be less happy than you?
I think that if you live your life, and you said you're not sharing whether or not you're doing this, so we're all talking in hypothetical, so I don't know exactly how you're living, right? You didn't share that. But if hypothetically you live your life where you are starting multiple families with multiple women.
What if I have one family and 50 girlfriends?
I think in the end it will bring great unhappiness to
Okay.
your family, to your children, to the mother of your children,
Okay,
and to
cool.
you.
Okay, cool.